Hey Real Parts team, so I've always had this question in my mind, what's the reason that I have achieved some major goals in my life, and what's the reason that I've also missed on achieving many other goals? So my understanding was that if I can achieve a very big goal in my life, then I could achieve any goals, right? But this was not the case for me in my life. And up until about a year ago, I didn't have a clear answer to this question, and finally found the answer to this question. And in this video, I'm going to share it with you. So when it comes to achieving a goal in life or business, there are two major goals, major rules. Rule number one is that you need to do a stuff. There's nothing that comes free in this world. If you want to get something, you need to do a stuff. Number two is that you need to track the stuff that you do. And usually this is the difference between people that achieve a goal and not achieve a goal. People that achieve a goal, they track it. They track the activity. They track the things that they do. Let me give you like a simple example. Let's say that your goal is to get in shape by the end of the year. It's June and you want to get in shape by the end of December. So we have 52 weeks in a year. By the way, that's a number that you can memorize. You find it useful because this is not going to change, 52. We have 52 weeks in a year. June starts at week 23. Let's say from week 23 to week 52, we have 30 weeks. We all know that in order to get in shape, you need to eat less junk food and move more. So you basically need to burn more calories than you take in, right? So your goal can be go to the gym 3 times a week, right? If you do that 3 times a week, we have 30 weeks until the end of the year, from June to December. That's going to be 90 gym visits. Now you know that in order for you to get in better shape by the end of the year, you need to pay 30 gym visits until the end of the 90 gym visits until the end of the year, right? That's the doing part. So now you have defined what you need to do. The next thing, based on the golden rule number 2, you need to track the things that you do. And for that, you don't need a very sophisticated app or anything like that. You just need a pen and paper. So let's say you start from week 23, you go to the gym 3 times. On your notebook, you just write week 23 and number 3. Next week, you go to the gym 2 times for half an hour. You put number 2. Next week, you go 3 times. You put number 3 for next week. So when you add all these numbers up, and we know that we are living in a real world, and you cannot always go to the gym for 3 times a week because life happens. So let's say by the end of the year, you calculate all these numbers, and by the end of December, you have visited the gym 80 times, right? This is great because we haven't achieved 90, but 80 is about 90% of the goal that we have, right? So you should be very happy. And now if someone looks at you, they can notice that you are now in better shape. So what you did here, you define the thing that you need to do. Very simple. It's very basic, but it's amazing that people, including me in the past, be not doing it. So you define the thing that you need to do, going to the gym 3 times a week, and you simply tracked it to the end of the year. So this tracking part is very important. Let me give you another example. Let's say that your goal is now to be able to speak basic French by the end of the year. So again, you start from June week 23 to the end of December, which is week 52. We have 30 weeks. The action that you need to do is, let's say it's like half an hour, studying half an hour French. This could be using apps like Duolingo, or like studying books, or watching French TV shows, or movie, whatever that works for you best. For me personally, Duolingo works best. So the goal is half an hour each week, right? To the end of the year, which is going to be 30 weeks. So that's going to be about 3.5 hours each week, right? Half an hour every day, 3.5 hours each week, and that's going to be, if you multiply 3.5 times 30, that's going to be 105 hours of studying French till the end of the year. And so you know that this is the number. This is like 105 is the number that you need to get into by the end of the year. You need to put in 105 hours of studying until the end of the year if your goal is to be able to speak basic French by the end of the year. And when you go to Paris. Let's say that like you start studying French every day. Most of the days you can hit the half an hour, and some days you miss it. And let's say by the end of the year you hit the number of 80. Like you need to track it. So you need to define and then you need to track it. By tracking, you just write it down somewhere on a notebook, right? So by the end of the year, you add these numbers up. Each week you're tracking, and by the end of the year, you see that you have achieved 80 hours of studying French. This is great. It's not 105, which was the goal, but it's close to that. It's close to 80% of the goal, right? If we are hitting about 70% of the goal, you should consider that as a success. Now you are able, compared to when you started, now you're able to speak basic French. You have achieved your goal, right? So this is very basic. You do the thing, you track the thing. Now I think like knowing this, it's very easier for you to understand why most people don't achieve their goals. The number one reason that people don't achieve their goals is that they set a big goal or a small goal, whatever. Like they set a goal, but they don't do anything about it and they don't track it, right? They just watch some motivational videos that, hey, you need to think big, you need to have goal in your life. They set the goal, but they don't do anything about it. Actually, what I find out, and this was me in the past, I didn't know that as well. What I found out is that the goal is not important that much. What is important is the thing that you do and the tracking part. But most people are focused on the goal itself, right? And another question that I had in mind, which might be your question as well, is that does motivation matter when it comes to achieving a goal? Well, in my experience, motivation does not matter at all. You can be motivated, unmotivated, you can be happy, you can be unhappy. Like whatever emotional state that you are in doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that did you do the thing and track the thing, right? You can be sad, you can be happy, you can be motivated, unmotivated. Like you can be in any emotional state, but as long as you do the thing and track the thing that you do, you can achieve that goal. Like that was also something that I had in mind, that I was always thinking that how I need to be happy, I need to be motivated, like all of those is, well, those could help, but they are not going to guarantee that you're going to achieve a goal. So I want you, like by the end of this video, it's a pretty long video compared to what I usually share with you. By the end of this video, I want you to remember two things. Number one is that a guaranteed way to fail is to set a big goal, do little to nothing about it, and then forget about it after a while. That's a guaranteed way to fail at achieving a goal. A guaranteed way to succeed at achieving a goal is to set a big goal, define the activity that you need to do each day and each week, do the activity each day and each week, and track it. That's a guaranteed way to achieve a goal. Now, that is your choice. If you want, like which one you want to choose. If you want to achieve a goal, you need to put in the work. You need to define the activity, do the activity, and track it, right? If you don't do the activity, if you don't track it, no matter how positive you think, how happy you are, you're not going to achieve your goal.